A lights burn hot above the ring, cutting through the darkness like judgment itself. As the crowd settles into that familiar restless hum, anticipation mixed with belief. This is not just another fight night. This is Venezuela versus Mexico, two proud boxing bloodlines colliding beneath one roof. On one side stands Antonio "Tony" DeMarco, calm, composed, almost serene as he walks toward the ring, a young Mexican warrior, carrying the quiet confidence of a man who believes the later rounds belong to him. 24 years old, patient by nature, a fighter known to start slow, to measure, to wait, like a hunter watching prey from the shadows. Across the ring, though, waits something far more dangerous. Edwin "Inca" Valero, undefeated, explosive, a southpaw forged by hardship, street fights, hunger, and obsession. A man whose fists tell stories before his mouth ever does. The champion of Venezuela enters not with calm, but with energy, restless, vibrating, dangerous. The crowd senses it. They always do. There is tension in the air, the kind that presses against the chest, because Valero is not known for decisions. He is known for endings. Yet tonight, this is a step up. DeMarco is skilled. DeMarco is accurate. DeMarco believes time is his ally. But time has never been kind to those who stand in front of Valero. As the bell prepares to ring, the question lingers like smoke above the ring. Can patience survive chaos, or will pressure crush poise? This is the opening chapter of a fight where styles collide, tempers simmer, and destinies begin to tilt before a single punch is thrown. The bell rings, and immediately Valero begins stalking. Hands low, posture loose, like a predator confident in his power. DeMarco does what he always does. He watches, he measures, he tests the distance with a stiff jab, trying to establish rhythm and buy time. But Valero does not wait for permission. The southpaw left hand flashes early, sharp and sudden, snapping DeMarco's head back just enough to announce danger. You can hear it, the pop of leather, the reaction of the crowd, the shift in energy. DeMarco remains composed, though, landing clean jabs of his own, one of them opening a cut on Valero's face. Blood appears early, and suddenly there is drama, layered atop violence. Valero shrugs it off, waving it away, mentally refusing to let it become a factor. The first round ends with tension unresolved. Valero, aggressive, DeMarco, accurate, neither willing to give ground. In the second, controversy erupts. A clash, an elbow, accidental or not, opens a deeper cut on Valero's forehead. The referee intervenes, the doctors inspect, a point is deducted. The crowd roars in confusion and debate. Momentum wobbles, not from punches, but from chaos. Yet through it all, Valero remains dangerous, throwing combinations from odd angles, his left hand sneaking through gaps DeMarco didn't know existed. DeMarco stays patient, absorbing shots, landing singles, telling himself the storm will pass. But storms like Valero don't pass, they wait for cracks. As the fight settles into its rhythm, the contrast becomes clearer. DeMarco wants structure, he wants space. He wants to build behind the jab and take Valero into deep water. Valero wants none of that. He keeps his hands low, daring DeMarco to engage, then firing sudden left hands that snap through the guard before retreating just out of range. The cut on Valero's face looms like a ticking clock. One bad moment could end everything. But instead of slowing, Valero accelerates. He begins stepping back after punches, making DeMarco miss, forcing him to reset again and again. DeMarco lands some clean shots, solid, respectable punches that would trouble many fighters. but Valero absorbs them with a grin, answering with heavier, sharper fire. The crowd starts to feel it now. This is no longer a chess match. This is a test of will. Valero's combinations come faster, more fluid, left hand slashing upstairs, sneaking downstairs, always unpredictable. DeMarco remains brave, still walking forward, still believing his moment is coming. But the rounds begin slipping away. Blood trickles, sweat flies. The champion's presence grows heavier with every exchange. This is where fights begin to turn quietly, not with knockdowns, but with realization. By the fifth round, Valero's confidence has hardened into dominance. He stands closer now, no longer just darting in and out, but exchanging in the center of the ring, trusting his chin and his timing. The left hand continues to find its home. Straight, looping, short, long, always arriving first. DeMarco shows heart, standing his ground, trading when he can, landing hooks that earn respect from the crowd. But respect doesn't win rounds against a fighter like Valero. Every time DeMarco lands, Valero answers with 2, 3, sometimes 4 punches in return. The difference in impact becomes visible. DeMarco's face tightens, his breathing deepens. The champion, meanwhile, looks loose, comfortable, almost playful in his destruction. The judges' scores begin to tilt decisively. The earlier point deduction feels distant now, erased by command and control. This is the phase where Valero shows something critics said he lacked: patience. He boxes, he controls distance, he takes the crowd out of the fight and makes it his own private performance. DeMarco is still there, still trying, still hoping for a shift, but the tide has turned, and the water is rising, fast entering the later rounds. The fight becomes a lesson in accumulation. Valero works the body, digs hooks into the ribs, then snaps the head back upstairs. DeMarco attempts to rally, pushing forward with conviction, firing his right hand with everything he has left. He lands, but Valero barely blinks. Instead, he steps back, makes DeMarco miss, then returns fire with surgical cruelty. The crowd senses inevitability. Valero's punches come from strange angles, his footwork subtle but effective, his instincts sharp. This is no reckless brawler now. This is a thinking destroyer. DeMarco's mouth hangs open between exchanges, exhaustion creeping into his posture. He is still brave, still throwing, but bravery alone cannot solve the puzzle in front of him. Each round feels heavier than the last. The champion is no longer searching for openings. He is creating them. Every exchange chips away at DeMarco's resolve, his energy, his belief. The corner urges him on, reminding him of late-round strength. But the truth is unavoidable. This fight is slipping beyond reach. Round 8 arrives, and Valero smells the end. He increases the tempo, doubling the left hand, ripping combinations that force DeMarco backward. A monstrous left snaps DeMarco's head sideways, followed by another and another. The crowd erupts with every landed shot. DeMarco tries to answer, throws hooks from desperation, but Valero slips just enough, counters just fast enough. This is where skill meets cruelty. Valero goes to the body, comes back upstairs, mixing levels with vicious intent. DeMarco's legs stiffen, his reaction slow. His courage remains, but his body betrays him. The champion stands tall, eyes locked, hunting not wildly but methodically. This is dominance in its purest form. Not chaos, but control. The referee watches closely now. The corner watches even closer. They see what the crowd sees. This is no longer a contest of who wants it more. This is a matter of how much damage is too much. As the 9th round unfolds, DeMarco walks forward one more time, but the fire is gone from his steps. Valero punishes him with precision. Straight lefts, hooks, combinations that land clean and unanswered. DeMarco's mouth is open, his hands low, his reactions delayed. He survives the round, but survival is no victory. When he reaches his corner, the truth finally lands harder than any punch. His corner makes the call. They protect their fighter. They wave it off. The bell does not ring again. The crowd erupts, some in celebration, some in respect, all in recognition. This is over. Not by knockout, but by mercy. By wisdom. By understanding what Valero had become in this fight. The announcer's voice echoes through the arena, confirming what everyone already knows. Technical knockout. End of round 9. Still undefeated, still champion. Edwin Valero stands in the center of the ring. Bloodied but unbroken. Arms raised beneath the lights. He has passed another test, silenced another challenger, and shown yet another layer to his dangerous identity. This was not just power. This was patience. This was control. This was evolution. Antonio DeMarco leaves the ring with his head high, beaten but not broken. A young warrior who dared to stand in front of a storm and refused to run. Tonight belonged to Valero, to his left hand, his instincts, his will. The crowd applauds not just the winner, but the truth of what they witnessed. A champion asserting dominance, a future legend continuing his march. On this night, under these lights, Edwin Valero reminded the world that some fighters don't just win. They impose their reality on everyone brave enough to stand across from them.